about it in our post-match discussion. Wow.
I'm in shock.
That was a fantastic game.
That was really well played. Running it down, going, actually, what's the worst case here? I draw, or I can win. I can absolutely still win this game, but at the worst case, I just get a draw, and that's still a point. Going to game 3, I risk losing.
Yeah.
And I think it was the right call to not scoop, even though he was behind, because he said,
yeah,
I can still win this game.
Yeah, and he was right. That was an absolutely phenomenal comeback.
Yeah, he played through an absolute load of stuff. Purgatrio turning out to be the MVP of these Zodiac matches.
Yeah.
Just simply running over their entire field and causing
Dealing
so
a
much
bunch
piercing
of damage.
A lot of these Exi monsters have like 0 defense, and if you've caught them with a Quaking Mirror Force, or they just happen to be in defense mode because that's just the safest position to put them in.
Yeah.
There's tons of damage just coming in.
Yeah, that is really crazy. Yeah, I don't know what to say.
Well played.
Yeah, well played by Demarcus.
Definitely.
It shows you why he is a former European champion.
Now, I'm not quite sure how many tables we have left out there, because time's obviously been called outside. So we'll either be back with the next round or with an interview with Demarcus.
Stay tuned.
Disappeared out of here. It was time to pay my dues. Never guessed that you'd be dressed in my clothes and in my shoes. You couldn't wait to move right in. If I were you, I'd be concerned. Ain't no way you're gonna win. Bet you didn't count on my return. Thought you were so tough. You had it all under control. Now enough is enough. Gonna take back what you stole. Give it up, 'cause now I'm back. Disappeared out of here. It was time to pay my dues. Never guessed that you'd be dressed in my clothes and in my shoes. You couldn't wait to move right in. If I were you, I'd be concerned. Ain't no way you're gonna win. Bet you didn't count on my return. Thought you were so tough. You had it all under control. Now enough is enough. Gonna take back what you stole. Give it up, 'cause now I'm back. Disappeared out of here. It was time to pay my dues. Never guessed that you'd be dressed in my clothes and in my shoes. You couldn't wait to move right in. If I were you, I'd be concerned. Ain't no way you're gonna win. Bet you didn't count on my return. Thought you were so tough. You had it all under control. Now enough is enough. Gonna take back what you stole. Give it up, 'cause now I'm back.
And we're back with the winner of our last round, Ido Marcus.
Hello.
Always a pleasure to see you. Always a pleasure to see you. So coming back to the European Championships, so you were just saying you don't actually think that you're going to maybe get your place at Worlds this year.
No, probably not.
But what we just saw was an incredible display of just pure skill playing this deck.
Thank you.
The chat, we were actually looking at the chat during that match. Everybody loved it. Like, everybody really enjoyed that game. It's been a
Thank
while
you.
since everybody, like 100% of people have said, I really enjoyed watching that play. So that was fantastic. I mean,
Thank you.
have you kind of come up, obviously you're coming up against the deck you were playing a lot. How did you prepare to be going up against
Okay,
Zodiac?
we had a deck crisis at the past few days, and we thought that there are going to be many pure true,
Mm.
which is our toughest matchup. So we messed up our decks,
Right.
and eventually we figured that Zodiac is going to be the most popular deck, especially the pure one. So we built our main deck exactly just for that. Like the entire main deck is for pure Zodiac.
Okay, so you basically just came up against one of your best matchups then.
Yeah,
Yeah.
This time was a good matchup. Yeah.
Good. I mean, so you said that you've not been doing great in the last few rounds. What have you been coming up against?
I played one Invoked,
Uh-huh.
a mirror match, 3 Zodiac True, and 1 Pew. This one.
How do you do in the mirror match?
Wonderful. My deck is also built against the mirror
Just
match
against
because
the
I
mirror
figured there are
match.
going to be many Invoked.
Yeah. Okay, that's very cool. I mean, is there any kind of deck choices that you made specifically that you think are interesting
Yeah.
at all? Anything that you chucked in there? I really like the fact that you've got your Zodiac Chakanine in there to go into Dryden if you need to.
Yeah, it's a way to get Trident if I take the opponent monsters in any way, or when I have 2 Alistairs which are left on the board, so I can use Trident and then nuke opposing Zodiacs whenever they normal summon.
Now, being a European champion, have you had anybody come up and just recognize you as soon as you pass it down?
A lot.
Yeah, I can kind of understand.
Especially because of the world's play with Mystic Tomato.
Yes.
We remember that,
We
yeah.
were talking about that earlier as well. You were playing Heroes, weren't you?
What?
Was it Heroes that you were playing? What were you actually playing?
Heroes with Mystic Tomato to get Shadow Mist first.
Yes.
And
yes.
Kinetic Soldiers to deal with the...
With Satellar Knights.
yes.
Ah, yes, it was very fun. I believe you actually took a bite out of Shinsuke, didn't you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
in a feature match.
Yeah, I remember you shoving a very large board towards him, and he sat there like, yeah, that'll do it.
Mm,
So you've travelled a long time to get here as well, haven't you? Because you've come all the way over from Israel.
yeah.
You travelled with the usual crew?
Not this time. I had a vacation with my parents, and then I joined the usual crew.
No, good.
Yeah.
So you're
A vacation in
you're-
London. So
Right. So you come over from the UK, have
yeah.
you? Oh, that's
This time it was a shorter trip.
yeah, just a little bit.
Just a 1 hour flight.
Yeah.
So
And 2 hours delay.
that's usual for English transportation, unfortunately. So a question about your strategic play in there. You were quite behind in game 2, and a lot of people are wondering, will you consider conceding to go to game 3?
No.
And then we were worried because you were so far behind. We're like, how does he go this? Why did you make this
Okay.
decision?
Okay. I bricked both the games. Like game 1 was a complete brick. Game 2 was like I sided out 1 kaiju, so I had 3 kaijus remaining. The wind one, the fire one, and the water one. And clearly I drew 2 of the 3 kaijus and not the wind one, so I couldn't special summon it. And I had to get rid of the Gameciel on my first turn, so I had to tribute both monsters after the debarrier. As well as drawing the 3rd glass bell when I had only that as a target. So I still try to make sure opponent uses cards like the Joyous Ash over a special summon just to deal 500 damage, and like normal summon and deal the same 500 damage. I didn't consider conceding because I still had all of my 3 Alistairs back in the deck, and I knew that once I draw them, even if he uses Deep Barrier on the fusion card, I can still use them as monsters and attack over his monsters because of the Desires, which wasn't a good card in that matchup because I think it messed up his deck. He used all through Thorough Blades. He banished at least 1 Red Spear and 1 Whiptail. I assumed so throughout the game, so I figured that if it comes to a beatdown match, then my Elster can block him, and I was at a life point advantage. So I knew I can just switch Elster defense and wall until end of match. But I was trying to win anyway, and it worked because I knew all his sets were bluffs. I assume so.
Very well played. Strategically showing you really know your stuff when it comes to this.
Thank you.
Because most people would have just gone, yeah, I can't win this, and then let's go to game 3 so I can try and win that. But the way I was looking at it is I realized this is like worst case scenario, you get a draw in this situation, and you've still got a chance of winning the game. So play it out and just take the 3 points. Why not?
Yeah.
He was just drawing the first game just after Marcel had played his first board in front of you. But Luke and Matt were like, "Oh, does he carry on with this? Is he just going to kind of quick? He's completely bricked his opening hand." And I said, "Well, there's no point bricking just then, because at the most you're going to be able to make him carry on playing cards, so you know whether he's just playing pure zoo or if he's playing a
No,
variant."
I knew he's going to play pure zoo. I thought about conceding the first turn of the first game,
Yeah.
like without showing him any cards. But then I figured it's a feature match. I don't care losing that much, and I would not miss on a chance to outplay in a feature match.
And you had
And that Cosmic Cyclone on the barrier, like waiting for the tanky and the barrage and everything just to hit that barrier. And I knew that the other one is a bluff, or my body's a shield, or a solemn warning, and it worked. So
yeah, and then Purgatory.
so I'm pleased. I'm really pleased with this match.
That's very well played. You absolutely deserve to win that one.
Thank you.
And
Definitely.
we hope to see you a little deeper in the tournament.
Yeah,
I hope so as well.
it was so nice to see a game of two World Championship competitors against each other. Really, really, thank you very much for that game.
Thank you very much.
Definitely. We do hope to see
Top
you.
man.
We do hope to see you in day 2.
Thank you. I hope so as well.
Now, stay tuned for more dueling action.